Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2021. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the Insights of Sierra Leone. It's a new year, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to most importantly say I am grateful for your well-being. I'm grateful for your family's well-being. I'm grateful for all of us being here again. The whole aspect of the Insights of Sierra Leone is for us to go more in depth of how we can improve our beautiful Sierra Leone. For us to understand what is going on in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is one of the most beautiful countries. And when we say Africa, Africa is a continent that has about 52 countries. But on this show, our main focus is Sierra Leone. Our main focus is the well-being of our fellow countrymen. Our focus and our essence of being is of the youths of tomorrow. How we can change their lives, how we can improve their well-being, and how we can mentor them to become the future leaders of tomorrow. Now, when I say our future leaders, it's not to say of political leaders. Leaders come in different forms and shapes. They can be a community leader. They can be of essence. And that's the most important thing. Being somebody that people can rely on. And I believe in our youths. And I believe in our country. Now, I'm not going to start this year with our first show having a go at the government. I want us to reflect on us. I want us to think about what we are doing to bring a difference in our country and our beautiful Lion Mountain, our beautiful Sierra Leone. This is a platform that I'm quite passionate about. And I stated that in 2020. I'm not just going to invite anyone to come and sit on this platform to say they're going to have a conversation with me. I received the emails that many of you send out saying you think I'm biased. I am APC by heart, but my passion is for my fellow countrymen. So if APC is doing something that is not right, I will bring it to the light. And as many of you have acknowledged, when the white paper came out, I had it in my possession. I was happy to talk about the pros and cons about it. SLPP is in power now. My objective, my focus is to say this is what is wrong in our country. As a leader, your job is to say, you know what, let me look into this and see how I can solve it. Criticism, depending on who you are, is for you to take criticism, dissect it, and see how you can move forward and how you can turn that, whether it's negative criticism or positive criticism, for you to take it in and say, I am going to take it on board. I am not going to say anyone is perfect. There's no one that is perfect. Absolutely, positively, there's no one that is perfect. I want us to look into 2021 what it is that we need, how we can improve, and how we can move forward. This show today is called 2021 Forward. We cannot reminisce on the past. We cannot keep thinking about what could have or what, as we cannot live in the past. Our country, our beautiful Mama Salon has been through so much. Our objective as diasporas and fellow countrymen in Sierra Leone is for us to strategize and see how we can move forward. And I've stated on this platform many times, it's not just saying I have a platform for me to come and talk. It's for us to strategize and see how we can move forward as a unit. If you leave Sierra Leone, and I've stated this many times, they're not going to say you're a Mende, you're a Timini, you're a Creole. We need to understand that concept. We need to understand that fact. We are Sierra Leoneans. That's the bottom line. We are Sierra Leoneans. Why are we fighting each other in our own home? Sierra Leone is our home. We need to unify. We need unity. We need a way forward. We cannot depend on outsiders. Let me give you a prime example. You're in your home with your wife or your family, and there is a disagreement. Are you going to expect outsiders to come into your home and resolve this issue? We need to find common ground. And we have come to that. Understand, our way forward is not to depend on the politicians. Many politicians will come in to create a barrier. Many politicians will come in for their own benefit. If we let politicians that come in and create a barrier within us, then it's not for us to say, well, they made us do it. You have to look in within yourself and look at your own actions. Sierra Leone, we have been through so much. We have been through so much. The essence of us is being humane. Think about it. Sierra Leone is a peaceful country. We Sierra Leoneans are quite humble. But we're too worried about because you're from the north, from the east, from the west. What does that really mean? Because I'm from the north, no longer make me Sierra Leonean? This is the first show for 2021. A lot of people say, I come on here and I'm angry. I say, I come on here and I express myself because I see the injustice that is going on. If you feel as though because you are Mende and when APC or another party was in power, they treated your people wrong, you know what? We need to find the root of that problem. Then we can resolve it. I'm not saying anything negative about any parties. Please understand that. I'm not here, again, to criticize anyone. My main focus is moving forward. I am a youth advocate, and I see a lot of injustice that is going on in Sierra Leone in reference to our youths. When will this end? I specifically stated today's show, I'm going to focus on certain, on moving forward. But along this journey, we need to focus on what needs to be looked at. Corruption is a number one topic in Sierra Leone. Politicians will come in, and I've spoken about Bio, I've spoken about Kamara, I've spoken in reference to different other leaders. We need to understand that these people that come into the office are supposed to be public servants. Public servants. What does that mean? Does that mean that they're there for their own benefit? We chose these leaders to be in the position that they're in. And I've stated this numerous of times. Choose someone not because of their words, but because of their actions. Anybody can talk the talk, but we need to look beyond the words and focus on their actions. Who are they? What do they stand for? What do they represent? What have they done in the past to help our country? And when we can understand these facts, then we're able to move forward. It don't matter if I am APC or SLPP. If I see a candidate that fits the bill, that satisfies me to support our country, my fellow countrymen and women, I don't care if you're APC, SLPP, or whatever party you're from, I will vote for you. Because at the end of the day, I need you to understand, the party is not going to feed me. A party don't feed you. But an individual that fits the bill can make a difference in your country. And we need to worry about our future generation. A lot of times I sit here and I talk about the president, what he's doing wrong. I talk about the first lady, what she's doing wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, our children, we need to see how we can move forward. I'm not going to sit here and say things are easy in Sierra Leone, because right now I'm quite aware of the fact that the petrol, gas, the prices have gone up. Cost of living is going up. But while these things are going up, what jobs are being created? What jobs are actually being created for households to be able to survive? If we don't look at the whole picture, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes they say when you're in the picture, you cannot see the whole aspect, the whole beauty of the picture, or what is wrong with the picture due to the fact that you're in it. But when you step out of that picture and then you have the opportunity to look at that picture, you're able to tell what is wrong with that picture. Many of you are going through this right now, but many of you in Sierra Leone know what is wrong. I'm going to touch up on certain things that I think are going wrong in Sierra Leone. Now, how can the country develop when government officials are using the army, the police on their own, self for this military, for this police to go and fight their battles. This military police are supposed to defend the rights of the people. If you look at Article 199, it states that the government officials are not supposed to use these people against their own countrymen. We, as Leonians, don't have the right to protest without the police getting involved. If you are not creating a havoc, if you are not creating, something of destruction, doing harm to other people, you are doing a peaceful protest, you have the right. But when our selected officials feel as though this protest is not for them, they send the army and the police to create a havoc, to create problems. And then that will lead to fatality, death. And we have had so many deaths due to these officials getting involved. This is 2021. I know many government officials watch me. And again, I'm not here to say anything negative about anyone. All I'm saying is be aware of your actions. The office that you hold today is going to be held by someone else. I've stated this numerous of times. The whole aspect of you is to leave a legacy. Your great, 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 great grandchildren are going to one day hear of the mayhem that you created. Leave a legacy for your family, your grandchildren, to say, I am so proud of my grandmother. I'm so proud of my grandfather. They took a stand against the odds. What makes you a game changer is to go against the odds. When you stand for something positive, don't always expect everyone to be on your team. You're going to have people that are going to go against you. Remember growing up and your parents used to advise you, it's okay for you to play by yourself. You don't have to fit into the crowd. You don't have to do something that you know is wrong. It's okay for you to be alone. As a leader, it's okay for you to go against the odds, to be a game changer, for you to leave a legacy. When I talk, I'm talking directly unto you. You that is listening. You that is a game changer. You that is trying to make a change because you know a change is due. If we don't come together and make a change, it's going to be repeated. Behaviors are going to be the same. How many years is this going to continue? How long are we going to be living the same way we are living? When are we going to see improvements in our country? Many of us make so much sacrifices. Many of us support so many organizations, so many charities. But it's not enough. Growing up in Sierra Leone, we used to say it takes a village to raise a child. I've experienced that. It took the community. Forget me going to America at the age of 9. I still lived in Africa, in Sierra Leone, as a young boy. I remember growing up in Pepel, and then my grandmother sending me to school, me walking down the streets alone, going to school. I used to wave at the neighbors. The neighbors knew who I was. They knew who my family was. They knew where I reside. If I did something wrong, the neighbor would call my parents or my grandparents. Or they would call me into their home and walk me to my house. We felt that sense of security. Where has that gone? If we keep fighting amongst ourselves, we are given the opportunity for people to come in within us, in between us, and be mediators. Now, what can a mediator do? A mediator can either build or destroy, because we give them the opportunity. We give them the chance to intercede into our relationship. If we're going to have a mediator, let us know of this individual. Let us know the position they intend to play. Ladies and gentlemen, back to what I was saying in reference to the police, the army, coming out and putting tear gas into our youths, elderlies that are doing peaceful protesting. Why is this happening? Why is this actually happening? We, the people, don't have a voice anymore. We, the people, feel as though we have a dictator in the position that they should not be in. There are leaders. This is directly to the leaders right now. There's something called World Court, which indeed many of you are quite aware of. When you do injustice, you provoke the human rights, you will end up in court. You will have questions to be answered. Your reputation will be tarnished. Now is your chance to leave a positive image for people to say, hey, you see the road? Now this so-and-so person may come. You see the jobs? It's this person that have done it. Anything easy is never good. If you're depriving people from having that lifestyle that they deserve, if we think about the Sierra Leone, all the natural resources that we possess, no one in Sierra Leone should be struggling. Our roads should be built. People's lands that are being taken away due to greed of government people that are being entrusted in that position. If we don't come together and say this is not right, when is it going to end? I applaud so many of you game changers in Sierra Leone. I applaud you for what you're trying to do. We need to spread our wings out. We need to work with people that are willing to work with us. We need to see how we can move forward. I know it's not easy. I'm not expecting a change to occur overnight. But one thing I can tell you is that a mountain cannot be moved overnight. But one person can start moving a mountain brick by brick. And when others see this, they will join you in moving this mountain. The educational system. I grew up in America from the age of 9. There is something called Black History Month. Why do we have to say Black History Month? Why? Why is it that it's labeled as Black History Month? There is History Month, American history. America never spoke of all the things that they have done, all the killings they have done. They did not talk about Africa. They teach you only about their country. Same thing in the UK. A lot of these countries say, oh, you need to take history. History should evolve around the whole essence. Now, if you say American history or British history, that's different. Our children are not being taught what they should be taught. The country is now strong enough to say, we're going to teach our youths what our country have been through. If we don't educate our children today, when are we going to educate them? You know, I know this show is the insights of Sierra Leone. But let's understand the fact we are all human beings. We all feel the same pain. We all bleed the same color. Why is there such an indifference in the world? Let me go back. Things we need to change. We need to change the educational system in Sierra Leone, because education will empower the future generation. We need to focus on it and see how it can be structured better. We need to give free education. In the UK, in America, in the Western world, the youths are entitled to education till the age of 21. Excuse me, till the age of 18. They're entitled to free education. Now, if we think about it, our youths are trying to be educated. They are willing to go to school. If you notice some of my prior shows, we have youths in classrooms where it's raining, the water is pouring down from the ceiling with a big hole on the top of the ceiling. And they're still willing to sit in a classroom and learn. If we don't empower our children, ladies and gentlemen, how are we going to expect our country to move forward? I've spoken to so many leaders. I've spoken to so many people. I am willing to invite you on my platform to show me what you think we can do. But don't just tell me what we think we can do. Show me what you're doing to make a difference. Call me, reach out to me, and let's see what you are doing to create a difference. I love being around game changers. I love people that say, you know what, we can make a difference together. We call you forward thinkers. I am not saying we need to basically recreate the wheel, but all I can tell you is that the will is there, but we just need to amend the will. We need to just add some minor changes so the wheel can spin properly, smoother. I heard something that was quite disturbing, and I tried to reach out to some political leaders. According to what I had heard, iron ore was not supposed to be living in Sierra Leone. Iron ore was not supposed to leave Sierra Leone. But for some odd reason, it is leaving Sierra Leone, going to a country that I am quite disappointed in. I don't even want to mention this country's name, but we, the government officials, stated in articles, on the radio, on TV, that iron ore was not to leave the country. If you say something, stick by your word. All we have in this world is our word. Material things come and go, and we will eventually live this journey that we're on. But your word is going to linger for years and years to come. Am I expecting you to be perfect? No. Are you expecting me to be perfect? Absolutely, utterly not. Because as I've stated numerous of times, there's no such thing as perfection. Am I trending to be excellent? Yes. I can only work on myself. You can only work on yourself. I cannot keep pointing the finger at you. But I can come up with solutions on how we can move forward, work together, and create a difference. (1985), 1995, 2020, 1962. We've had problems in our country. That's the past. We need to look at things and say, our country, our motherland, has gone through so much. Be a forward thinker. Strategize. How can we get better? How can we move forward as a country, as fellow countrymen, as a humane society? What can I do differently? What can we do differently? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Unisa Kamara. I am a forward thinker. I surround myself with people that are forward thinkers. Take yourself out of the norm. Don't say think out the box, because you still are blindsided. Eliminate the box. So that way you can have a 360 view. That way you're able to strategize and say, you know what? This needs to be changed. But if you say think out the box, you're still not a forward thinker. My team, people I partner with, people I work with, our objective is to create a change, bring a change. I know the capability that we possess. I know what we can achieve when we come together. I can visualize it. I know we can make such a difference together. Sierra Leone needs to improve in so many ways. We need to create. Many of us has been in the West. We know about job centers. We know what needs to change in Sierra Leone. Why are we not applying that? I'm sorry. What you're saying is when you go to Sierra Leone, you try to create a change. People that are in the office are going to expect for you to pay them. And when you pay them that money, you go to another office, they want money as well. And when you're done with that office, you have to go see somebody else. You have to pay that person again. That's where the anti-corruption need to step in and stop this. If so many people want to invest in the growth, in the betterment of Sierra Leone, why are they having such a difficult time? I've sat with government officials that tell me this is not occurring. I've sat with people that looked at me in my eyes as I'm looking at you, well, you know what I mean, and would say, oh, I don't know where this is coming from. This is ludicrous. This is absurd. This is not happening. But many of you know me. I listen to people. And as they speak, I ask my questions. I'm not trying to portray anyone as a liar, but I can say you're not telling me the truth. I cannot put enough emphasis on the love that we have for Sierra Leone. I know Sierra Leoneans, you love your country. I know how many of you want to go back to Sierra Leone. I know how many of you want to see a change in Sierra Leone. I know how many of you want the betterment of Sierra Leone, the youths, the country, and our elderlies. It's quite difficult, ladies and gentlemen. But we just have to keep pushing. We have to know, again, election is coming up. Election is about to come up. Anyone that said they want to stand for presidency, we really need to understand their basis. Why do you want to become a president of Sierra Leone? What do you intend to do? What are your initiatives? What are your objectives? What are your goals? But the funny thing is that Sierra Leone is a country that ordinary people are not allowed to ask questions. Because I don't have a house, because I don't have something to eat, does that mean my words don't matter? Does that mean my opinion don't count? We need to evaluate our whole sense of thinking. Every life matters. Every individual can make a difference if a chance and opportunity is given or presented to them or for them. Sierra Leone is so backed up in so many elements, so many ways, ladies and gentlemen, that it's sad. In 2019, I was going to take some of my team to Sierra Leone to see how we can develop our country. I had the opportunity to speak with many leaders because, that Unisa, he get big mouth. He has a big mouth. Let me say it in English for you, ladies and gentlemen. He has a big mouth. He's going to talk about it. So if you don't have a name, you don't matter. If you don't have a repetition, you don't matter. All this has to change. If you don't have a big bank account, your words are just breeze, just air flowing through the air. We need to change our mentality. We need to change our way of thinking. This is 2021, ladies and gentlemen. And as I stated in the beginning, I am so grateful that we made it. I'm so grateful that we're still here with even the crisis at hand. I am grateful for your life. I'm grateful for your well-being. But along this aspect, we need to think, who are we? What do I stand for? Why am I here on this earth? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? If you don't have a purpose and you cannot find a purpose, what gives you joy? How are you making a difference? You need to find out what gives you joy. Your country, your home is something you should put into factor. Am I going to sit here, like I stated, and say anything is busy? I feel like Donald Trump now doing this. I rebuke that. But am I going to say that anything is easy? I've stated numerous of times. When you're doing a change, it's going to be a lot of obstacles. You're going to face naysayers. But you need to have something called faith and belief in within you. You need to have self-awareness. You need to have a why. Why am I doing this? What is my purpose? What is my reasoning? Anyone, especially with social media these days, can talk the talk. But let your voice resonate with reasoning. Let your voice be heard with correct information. Do not just be out there to slander. but be out there with a purpose of support, inspirational, motivational, something of a change, something of moving forward. This year is your year. This is the year for change. Election is coming up. Let's leave this, he's from the north or she's from the south, let's leave that alone. Let's focus on these individuals that are supposed to be what? They're supposed to be public servants to serve us. Let's know who they are. Give yourself the opportunity to know these people before we put them in the office. You don't want to put the devil or a snake in a position so high. Let's see how we can come together as one in 2021. Let's see how we can make a change. I want all the game changers to feel free to reach out to me. My number is 07-932-732-851. Reach out to me. Let's make a difference. This is our country. This is our home. This is where you want to tell people, I'm coming from, and be proud to say such things. Mama Africa is crying for you. The Lion Mountain is roaring. Let's create a change. Let's make things happen. Let's seek to surround ourselves with game changers. This is not the time to gossip about what this person is doing, what that person is doing. This is a time for you to focus on you and see what it is that you are doing. As the show comes to an end, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for being a game changer. I want to thank you for you willing to make a change. I appreciate you and I thank you. Again, it's 2021. Nothing but blue skies. Let's make a change together. United we stand. Divided we fall. United we stand. The stronger the what? The front. Let's be that change. Let's create that front. Let's make that difference. I thank you again, everyone. Welcome back to the lunch of the Insights of Sierra Leone 2021. I love you all. I appreciate you. I will see you all next week. Please be safe. Follow the protocols. And just protect your family, yourself, your loved ones, and your community. Good night.